On Cut to the Point channel we talk about the craft of film editing and about streamlining the editing process. But today, due to the comments from viewers, we'll discuss compositing techniques used to create this intro. Hey, it's Piotr Stoczyński here. You can download all the footage and project files for this intro sequence. There is a link in the description to my Gumroad account where I created a free product that includes all these files. The intro you just saw is inspired by True Detective Show's intro, which is obviously much better. But the intro for YouTube channel cannot be longer than like 5 seconds, so there are some limitations to what you can do. The effect is based on so-called double exposure, although originally the term was used for exposing the same frame of the film twice. So in digital world we kind of borrowed that term. I knew that for this effect smoothness of motion will be very important, so I wanted to shoot silhouettes in 100 FPS. But I only have an old Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera which cannot shoot more than 30 FPS. So I asked my friend with Sony a6300 to help me with these shots. By the way, I'm not a big fan of this camera, but still 100 FPS. The high frame rate helps not only with the movement of the camera, but it's also hard to move your head or any object with the constant speed. So slow motion shots helps with it as well. You need to have a good cutout from the background, which can be accomplished in a few ways. I have an old 150 watts lamp with a big softbox, so I just placed it behind my back. I didn't have any lamp to light my face, cause I really cared only about the silhouette. So the look of the raw footage is somewhat irrelevant in this case. As you can see, it looks pretty awful, but we'll make it work in a moment. When I got silhouette shots, I edited the rough cuts together with the music in Premiere Pro. It's important that it's short, because on YouTube no one will watch intro that is longer than like 5 seconds. When you're done, open After Effects and import Adobe Premiere Pro project. Now we're ready for the compositing. But before we continue, just let me tell you that I'm not a visual effect expert, so probably there are better ways to accomplish what I do here. Also, this video is not about using After Effects, so I won't cover all details of what I'm doing here. I created a white solid which will be our background first. Now we need to apply some effects to our silhouette shots. Hue saturation to make the shot black and white, levels for the contrast and basically creating luminance mask, and transform so we can control the scale and position of the footage. In this case it works better as an effect than directly in the composition panel. For the shots inside silhouettes, I apply lumetri color for any color correction I might want to do, transform for the scale and position control as well, and most importantly set matte effect, which will be a key to accomplish what we want. It will work better than track matte for us because you can reference any layer regardless of the order in the composition panel. I also created titles with what the channel is about and the logo. Our titles are 3D layers where I animated X, Y and Z rotation, as well as position to add some movement to it. I parented titles to nulls so I could easily control the position and size of titles after keyframing. Next, I added some small improvements to take it to the next level. I created the camera with shallow depth of field to add some dimension. Next one is a spotlight with animated position, and last but not least I added a texture of an old paper with an animated position, wiggle parameter on opacity, and I desaturated it with hue saturation effect, and I've set a multiply blending mode to it. Adding details like a spotlight, wiggle, texture and movement will always add some production value. After all, this is my remix of True Detective's intro. It's a good practice to get inspired and create your own version of stuff you admire. So I guess it's a takeaway from this project. Feel free to download source and project files for this intro. Be sure to watch my video about pancake timelines, which is one of those ultimate editing techniques that will change your workflow for the rest of your days. Hopefully there are still plenty. Please subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos, and let me know how did you like this one. It was Peter, until the next time, shoot and edit like there is no tomorrow.